Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Udo Sendaidukai, and in this video I show you an experiment. Then let's get started. Visual feedback is always very helpful, isn't it? Some time ago, when I was experimenting with filters and envelopes in my live stream, Polarity surprisingly visited me in the stream and a nice conversation came up. Unfortunately in German for all English-speaking viewers, but to the delight of all German-speaking viewers. You can of course find the live stream from the 14th of December 24 here on the channel under live streams, and it is also linked in the video description. Polarity and I were talking about various topics related to Bitwig, and Polarity came up with the idea that it would be great if there were small displays for visual feedback for modulators and remote pages. Something like VU meters, oscilloscopes, spectrums or other displays such as the new small oscillators in the percussion devices. Or simple LEDs that indicate that some level has been exceeded. 2 days later, Polarity released updates for some of his presets and had simulated an LED with a simple button that lights up when a level is exceeded. Great job! The video is called New Updates, Big Improvements from the 16th of December 24. And of course, this video is linked down in the video description. I thought it was a great idea, so I also prepared an EQ Plus to see what you can visualize. To be honest, I don't know whether this preset really has much practical use in everyday life, but it's definitely worth a look as a visualization. And I also like the experiment. In general, I think it would be great if a lot of modulators could be displayed in the preset pages, and a few extra displays and analyzers such as oscillators, VU meters and all the other stuff. That way you could see notes, waveforms and thresholds in one place while controlling a device or plugin. This not only helps beginners to understand what is happening, but also advanced users who are using the preset for the first time or in some live situations. It makes a lot of things much more intuitive. Enough talk, let's take a closer look at the Leveler EQ Plus. Okay, this is the EQ Plus, and as you can see there are some modifications already there. And if you open the remote pages, you see that there are 4 bands defined: the lows, the low mids, the mids and the highs. And if I let play some music here, one thing I said that Polarity did was to show some thresholds or peaks or clippings. So right now, if you increase here the lows, you see there's a bell curve going up. And if it exceeds, or if it starts clipping, you can see it over here. So now I wanted to experiment, and I put a lot of functions into that EQ Plus. So you can see it here in the remote control editor. These are all the changes I did to the preset. These device pages look a little bit different than yours, I think so, because this is different to the Bitwig standard definitions of the EQ Plus, because those I didn't find very helpful. So I defined my own, which I'm used to and I find more helpful because I'm using controllers, sometimes controllers, to set up the EQ or to justify some things. Okay, but back to the remote pages. So these are the different levels or different pages I set. And as I said, if you set here different levels, you can see it's clipping here. And when it's clipping, the LED light shows up. So then I thought, okay, maybe it's good to have an LED, but maybe it's also good to see like a VU meter. And here you see the VU meter, and the 12 o'clock position is the clipping area. So if it goes over 12 o'clock or past 12 o'clock, it clips. You can see it here. And because this is all besides each other, and there are some more definitions and settings here, I put everything in the modulator section because I wanted to see which displays I could use as well here to show some things. So this block here is the 2 parameter pages. When I open the remote control, these two are put in this block, and this is the settings. You can see it here on the side that it also moves when I move it. And here are the indicators. They just have still some titles there that I removed in the remote pages to not get confused. So here you can see if it goes past 12 o'clock, the LED goes on, and yeah, you see the view meter. Here is an oscilloscope of the incoming signal, so you can see the waveform. Here you can see the envelope of the waveform, and these are the definitions of the different bands I just selected, and these are audio side chains where I defined the bands. So this is the low band, this is the low mids here, this is the mids here, and these are the highs. I just decided some. So then I have thought, okay, what can I do next? And one thing to visualize something is the output. So if I, for example, use the gain here, sorry, you can see the output gets louder or more silent. And then I added some more functions to it. So regardless what you put in here, you can bypass everything. So all bands are deactivated if you click the bypass, so you can have a A and B comparison. Then one thing is, you see here the view meters. They are very lazy moving here. So if you want to increase the sensitivity, it gets more and more nervous. You see here the low mids getting very nervous. And also the LEDs are flickering extremely nervous when you put it like that. So you could see how much you get over it, or if you put the sensitivity low, you see, okay, this exceeded the threshold. And everything I did is with the sensitivity, I changed the fall or the release setting of the audio sidechain. The threshold here is just input signal, more headroom, less headroom. And this goes to all audio sidechains here. Then I have a switch for peak RMS. There you can see this little dot over here when I switch on RMS. RMS is in braces. So standard is peak. The visualization of modulated things is not that good. There's still some improvement left where Bitwig can do some stuff if they want to. Then the same goes for attack. So you see in the audio sidechain that goes to all audio sidechains. I can relax the attack a little bit, so it reacts a little bit slower to an incoming signal. And another thing is I created another possibility to move the mids and the high frequencies, those two. If you look at the blue dots, I can move the blue dot a little bit to the left or to the right. And this is also reflected in the audio sidechains because of the bands here. And the same with the high frequency. Then you have a Q adjustment or adjutant. So you can make the bell curves a little larger, softer, or more edgy, so you get some resonators, for example, if you want that. Then the leveler itself is just lifting up everything or attenuating everything with your settings you put in there. The shift is this shift function, so you can move everything if you want to do that. This is not reflecting the levels here, so maybe do that at the end if you really use that preset. Maybe it's for some use for you. And here you can switch off the bands, each band alone, instead of switching off everything. So if you don't like this or want to listen to the difference what you put in here, you can just switch the highs off. You can't see that here because, as I said, there's some improvement for displaying modulated stuff over here. So, and I think this is the whole preset. If you find it useful or find the idea or the experiment useful, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Spread the word and comment the video. Maybe you have some more ideas what you can do with such displays or such. And I hope Bitwig will maybe create an ability that you can put such displays in the remote pages, for example. And there are some more ideas for the remote pages. I sent years ago to Bitwig to have some previews for the next remote page and the previous remote page, so that when you are on one remote page, you already see what comes next or what was the previous one. Especially in live situations, could that be very helpful? And I sent a suggestion to Jürgen Moosgraber, who is developing Driven by Moss. Maybe he has a possibility to implement something. He wasn't sure if that is possible, but he's thinking on it, so maybe there's something to come. And yes, that was the video. I hope I see you soon again in the next video. Stay safe, save the world. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.